There are many places that claim to be the origin of Memorial Day in our country. And whatever they are, the one that I like the best is a group of women who went to put flowers on the graves of their beloved dead in the from the southern part of the country. And they decided when they went there that they should also go over to the graves of the men from the north, because they too were somebody's husband, father, or brother. And together they prayed for all that died in the Civil War. However the origin is, we recognize today that many people were willing to sacrifice their lives for peace and for justice. That's the Mass we're celebrating today, is for the preservation of peace and justice. And that's going to take place only if it begins with us. In the hymn, Let There Be Peace, let it begin with me. There must be peace in our individual lives with Christ if we want there to be peace in the world. And the more individuals that do that, the better. Last night on television, I fixed some supper and I went in the living room to eat it and turned on WVIZ. And there was a beautiful Memorial Day tribute. Maybe some of you saw it. Lots of music, military from every branch of the service. People singing, people giving tribute, people giving very emotional testimonies about their experiences in the war. Those from Vietnam were the most touching. And you see that a bond of friendship and a bond of peace that happened between those in the military. Peace is not only the absence of war, but certainly the absence of war is what God wants for us, as we read in the gospel today. I was really touched when I got a text at the same time last night from my brother. His son Luke graduated from St. Ignatius High School the other day. And David was taking a video and waiting for Luke to come across the stage. And you could hear it so clearly, Luke Ols. And then the announcer said, the grandson of Ralph Thomas Ols, 1946 graduate. That was my father. And it just touched me because my dad fought in the Marine Corps for 5 years, risking his life for our freedom. And he was so proud to be a Marine, but he was even more proud to be a father and a grandfather. I share that with you because I think all of us, it's an emotional day. We give thanks for our freedom. We give thanks for America. And it's so much bigger than parades and picnics. It's so much bigger. We're here in the Mass today because we see that Christ has got to be the center of peace. Jesus says, I give you my peace, not as the world gives. And the peace of Christ comes from having him within us. There may be war, but there can be peace within us if we know that Christ is with us, helping us to work for the peace that we want to accomplish. And so today it's a day for us to give thanks to God and realize that God is bigger than America, but America is God's gift to us. And as Americans, we need to live that gift as best as possible for our good and the good of the whole world. So today we remember and we give thanks to all those who gave their lives for freedom. And we ask the Lord to bless our current military. We ask God to help us bring about peace in the Middle East and everywhere else where it does not exist. And we thank God for calling us to be heralds of his gospel to one another. So today we remember, and at every Mass we remember that Jesus Christ suffered and died on the cross and then overcame sin and death and rose from the dead. And in every Mass, we realize that peace of Christ comes to us from the cross, and we ask him to help us to live it in our day-to-day lives. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.